cause I'm trying to feed my I'm supposed to make it out and I don't bring my no way, no way, no way, yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Texans going up against the Cowboys.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a second down. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Here's Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Complete to Jason Witten. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, it's Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. A handoff left, Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Prescott to throw on 4th. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here's Watson now on second down. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Caught. It's Ellington. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Watson now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. A shotgun snap for Watson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Watson. Buying time to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Here's Roberto Aguayo for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. And it's now 3-0 Texans. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Prescott now on second down. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. The give is to Elliott. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They go to Elliott again. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down with the first down, and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a give. It's Michael. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a handoff. It's Christian Michael. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second down, Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Elliott. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your play list.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
On the right side, caught by Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not only going to catch the football, he's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On second down, here's Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give them 9 yards on the second down screen play. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Let's go! Ohio!
Now it's Watson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. If they want to try that again, go play action and hit them over the top.
Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas, as we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now, as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
First down, Prescott. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Watson. And caught, right side, Green. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
To throw on second is Watson. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
In motion right is Bryant. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A give to Elliott. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. This is Michael. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A 20th carry here for Elliott. Whoosh. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. got some room to roam now. Power running by Zeke. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Watson on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Watson hands this to Foreman. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And now a first down following that long gain. From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Watson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. David Irving able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Now Watson looking to throw on second down. Dancing to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked sacked at the 10.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up the 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
Let's go!
To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And Aguayo able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A give to Elliott running left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Time running out here on the play clock. This is Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They run again with Michael. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. A first down carry by Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
First down throw. Watson steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's Watson. His throw incomplete. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington, and it'll bring up third down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. Back to throw, Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Here's Watson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off Byron Jones. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And this looks to probably be the final play. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a disappointment.